What's up, my fellow quarantines? How are you guys doing? I live in Washington, and we had a stay-at-home order start sometime last week. So we have been at home, just hanging out for a while.
Get back in your house! Get back in your damn house!
Hopefully everybody else is doing just fine at home. I mean, we're gamers, so we can't be that bored, right? We probably have a huge backlog to take care of. I wanted to take a moment and sit down. Literally, I'm sitting on the floor right now because mainly this table, the legs are really hard to like extend out, so I didn't want to deal with it. So instead, I'm just gonna comfortably sit here.
That's what I do. I sit on you. Sit on you.
I started pulling out some stuff to take an Instagram picture, and now I'm sitting out with a table with a bunch of these toys. So these are like toys from my childhood. So I ended up finding stuff like this, like Morbius, Spider-Man's villain. I got the Punisher. Look at that guy. I think he used to have other things. Oh, you know what? I think he had his trench coat. Now he's just in his skin suit. Skin suit. The Lizard. I thought they did an okay job on the Lizard when they did the Amazing Spider-Man movie. It wasn't too bad. I would love to see him get another attempt though, since they've done it with other characters. This isn't meant to be a toy video. I just have him sitting on the table, so why not? And then I found this guy. This is my Ninja Zord. I think it was Ninzord? I don't really remember his name.
I am the great ninja. Now, what do you want? Make it quick. You have 5 seconds.
But he does this, his head flips out. And he transforms. So you're able to take him and pop his legs down. And his arms out. And then his head flips. Look at that. Those are the type of toys we had in the 90s. They were legit toys. Anyway, you are not here for toys. You are here because that thumbnail says that I picked some stuff up, and I am not lying. I lucked out. So right before we went on quarantine, right before we were supposed to lock down at home, we ran out of toilet paper. And as you guys know, it was super hard to go find some TP. So I ventured out to a friend's place. And on the way back home, there was a couple places that were still open, and I grabbed some stuff. There was nobody in there. So I kind of felt safe. I ran in and I snagged some stuff that people had probably been trading in to get some cash with the loss of jobs and stuff too. So I just want to go over what my pickups were. So let's do it.
That's what I expected.
This stack of games were things that I recently picked up right before we were stuck at home. So I'll just start with what we got here. So I lucked out. The pawn shop had a copy of Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. But what a great game, and I think this was $4. So I ended up picking Super Mario World up for $4. Another game that I grabbed recently, GameStop had a deal right before kind of this crazy shutdown. When I went in, I picked up a couple things that were heavily discounted at the time. One of those was Call of Cthulhu, and this game is really cool. So if you've ever played Layers of Fear, it's kind of like I want to say a walking simulator with some horror and suspense elements in it. That's what Call of Cthulhu is too, and it's kind of a cool, intricate story about a woman that lost her mind in kind of a fishing town, and the family was burnt alive in the house. So you're trying to find out what was going on, and ends up, having some like cult stuff with it. But Call of Cthulhu, man, it's a great game. If you guys get a chance to check it out, Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu. I'm probably saying that wrong too. Call of Cthulhu. Cthulhu. Whatever. Do it. You know, when we can leave our houses, check it out. I did snag this. I had to do a Target run to go grab some grub, and while I was there, I picked up Doom Eternal when it came out, and oh my god.
Welcome home, Great Slayer.
Doom Eternal is worth every single penny. This is such a cool game. In fact, oh, there's a reversible cover. I didn't even see that. What is the reversible cover? Oh, look at that. That's awesome. So the original one, right, and you have the ratings and all of the information on the back, and then you can flip the cover over and it's a larger picture of the original cover with the Doom Slayer in it. I loved the last Doom iteration that came out, and this one, oh man, they went overboard on it for all the right reasons. The music is fantastic. I love the weapon upgrades, everything that's on it. This is a really cool game. So Doom, I know everybody's playing Animal Crossing out there, and I'm not really a big Animal Crossing fan, so put me in the Doom camp. Doom Eternal, worth it. GameStop right before this also had, they still have their 4 for $20, anything $9.99. So I picked up some PS4 games that I hadn't seen before. So this one is Zombie Vikings Ragnarok Edition. I have not played it yet. It looks like it's kind of a beat 'em up, but I can't tell if it's a fighting game or like a side-scrolling action game. I'll have to check it out. So if you guys have played this one, let me know if it's worth my time. But this is Zombie Vikings, so that's a good one. I have been a huge advocate of the PSVR. I think it's one of the best solutions for VR if you don't want to break the bank. So the PlayStation VR right now, I want to say is around $300. I think it's $299. It might be less. I know during holidays they've got special packages going on. But anytime I see a VR game, I love to pick it up. So I picked up the Valkyrie on PSVR, and my PSVR library is actually getting pretty decent right now. I want to say that I'm sitting on about 35 PSVR games, and man, I love the VR. Even at I think it's 720 on the headset and the screen door effect, it doesn't bother me. I enjoy it. One of my favorite games of all time is Beat Saber, but I will continue to grow this VR library. I think it's awesome, and when the PS5 comes out, I'm excited to see what they're going to do. So the Valkyrie was another pickup I did right before we went. And then I snagged another one, Origami, and this is, I think it's a stealth game, so you pretty much walk around and take out the enemies that way, but I love the artwork on it, and for $5, right, I can't go wrong with another PS4 game. So if you've played this one too, let me know. I haven't given them a try yet. I am the biggest God of War fan ever. Okay, maybe not ever. So I don't have tattoos or cosplay or anything like that. But with God of War, I have been a huge fan of this series for a long time. And for some reason, I didn't have this game. I picked up the Legacy Collection a couple years back, which actually had all the games. Unfortunately, some of them are DLC. So I found the Origins Collection, which are actually 2 remastered PSP games for God of War, and that was Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. Both great games. I remember beating these on the PSP, but the disc actually contains the games in it, where before I had to do a digital download, and I have the worst internet in the world, so this was a really good option for me to be able to have those games readily available to play on the big screen. I found one Value Village find, and that was Narc. If you guys played Narc, I remember on the on the NES, but I don't remember if there was another Narc game, so let me know. Or I'll research it myself, whatever. But Narc on Xbox, and I don't know if it's actually only on Xbox. I do believe, though, that I had not seen this game before, so I was pretty excited to pick up another Xbox game. Big OG Xbox fan, working on the exclusives collection right now. Hopefully I can get there. So adding another one to the Xbox, that is Narc. I only have 2 left to go, so thanks for sticking with me, guys. I am on a huge Silent Hill kick. So my local retro video game store, I was talking to the manager over there and believed that they were going to shut down real soon, and I had some store credit. So used it right before the quarantine went in effect and picked up Silent Hill 3. I have Silent Hill 1 and 2, and I've played through most of those, but I just recently realized there was another movie that came out, and I don't remember what it was called, but I watched it recently. It's a Silent Hill film, and none of them are that great. Stars Sean Bean in it. In both of them, he's not in it for very long in the first one, but in the second one, there's a lot of him in it. But this Silent Hill 3, that movie was loosely based on Silent Hill 3, and it kind of got me back in the mood to play. So I spent some store credit and picked up kind of a sought-after game on the PlayStation 2, and that is Silent Hill 3. So I'm excited to throw that one in soon. And then last one, this was, I lucked out at a pawn shop right before I was going. I was actually going because I knew I was going to be stuck inside for a long time. So I tried to pick up the Transformers and the Resident Evil movies. And I ended up finding a couple while I was out there. But while I tried to grab those collections, I stumbled upon Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, and this is awesome. This game normally goes for about $40, and they struck me a deal for about 15 bucks. The disc isn't great, but it is something that I think can be buffed out. Other than that, man, this has been an awesome one that I wanted to throw in the collection, and with the new Resident Evil 3 coming out, replaying through this makes it totally worth it. So really good condition, good case, complete inbox. So stoked to have another GameCube game added to the collection, as well as the Resident Evil game. So you can't go wrong there. So guys, that's it. That was my pre-quarantine pickups right before we went on lockdown. Those guys right there. And I have to admit, I love game hunting, and it is hard not to go out right now, but there is a backlog that I could spend a year on. So this has actually put me in a good spot to work on taking care of some of that backlog right now. That's it. Hopefully that scratched an itch from you guys also wanting to go out and look for finds. There's a little bit of stuff I got right before quarantine. So guys, if you like what I got going on, you enjoy this content, please subscribe to this channel. It really helps me out. Appreciate it. Like this video. Hit the notification bell if you guys want to know when I post new videos. YouTube's algorithm absolutely sucks, so for you to be able to see any content from lesser known YouTubers, that is how you can help us out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until we meet again, cowabunga. I don't regret that. Bye.